cricket chat this morning. It is fourth test, starts tomorrow morning at Old Trafford. England v India, with England 2-1 up in the series. So I thought I'd jump on and do a quick preview this morning. Obviously, Lords was the last test. It was a great test match. England just managing to get over the line. So hopefully more of the same for the hosts. Quickly, we are sponsored by Bad Shirt Club. Head over to the Bad Shirt Club website. Take a look there at your bucket hats, your shirts and your jackets, and use the code TSC30 for 30% off at the checkout. We will go for 35 likes on this video, and if you're a cricket fan, share it with your mates, and yeah, get them to head over here. But yeah, England have made one change to their lineup, with Liam Dawson returning. He's back in the fold. Hasn't played a test match for over I think it was 103 test matches since he last played for England. He's back in for Shoaib Bashir, obviously with his broken finger. Good good morning, Mike Baker. Yeah, you can never count on the weather in Manchester, so we'll just have to play it by ear. I've been looking for a ticket for Friday. Unfortunately, I haven't got one yet, but if I do get one, I might be there. Good morning, Jonathan. Yeah, you've got to look at that England lineup now. Like Jonathan says there, Jofra batting at 11, Brydencast at 10, Woakes at 8, at 9, and then Dawson, obviously, at number 8. And I did see a stat that was quite interesting. Liam Dawson has got a higher first-class average than Zach Crawley. So there you go. England's test opener. I think he averages about 31 in his career, and Liam Dawson averages 35. I think he's got 18 first-class tons. I think I've read that right. I think it was 18, but he's 35 years of age, and a lot of people have been calling for him to be in the lineup. He probably wouldn't have got picked if Bashir hadn't got injured, but he's in now, and he's probably going to play this test. He's probably going to play the 5th test at the Oval, and then it will be interesting to see what sort of where England sort of head with the Ashes. Is Dawson going to be the reserve spinner? But if he performs in these two, does he jump ahead of Bashir? In my opinion, I still think Shoaib Bashir, he's going to be lining up in that first test match. England have put a lot of time and effort into him, and I don't think it really changes anything, but we will see what happens over the next 5 days. But yeah, only change, England have gone with the same seamers, so Woakes, Cass and Archer go again, and Stokes, obviously. There was a little bit of Gus Atkinson chat, thought he might come back in, but obviously he's not been selected. Be interesting to see if he plays for. I think Surrey are playing in this round of the county games, so it'd be interesting to see if he plays in that with an eye on the Oval. But I don't think Woakes. Well, I think he probably gets picked for Australia. I don't see him really. He might play one. He might play the day-night test, but I don't really see Chris Woakes causing much trouble in Oz. Obviously, look, he's got a great record at home. Overseas, not great. Seems to have lost a little bit of his nip, if I'm being honest. But look, he took some crucial wickets in that last test, so we'll just have to wait and see how he goes in this test. But probably going to be another flat wicket, I would have thought, at Old Trafford. So I'd have thought it's a win the toss, bat first. But you can never really tell under Ben Stokes what we're going to do. But I would have thought we got burnt at Edgbaston. Should have probably batted there, and I think we'll probably, if we win the toss, bat first. As for India, I think Reddy is out of the series. He's got injured. He's hurt his knee. He's gone back home, so he's out. Talk of Rishabh Pant just playing as a batsman and Jarrell taking the gloves. But then when they were doing their warm-ups, Pant was with the gloves. So that'll be interesting to see what happens there. Bumrah looks like he'll play. I think he has to play. You know, they're 2-1 down, heading into this crucial 4th test match. So I think Burma probably keeps his place in their lineup. India have to win. England. Yeah, look, we don't do draws, do we? So it's going to be an interesting game. What does everybody think? How do you think it's going to pan out? You look at the series overall, and there's been 3 games that have gone the distance. Maybe a little bit of weather around this week in Manchester. We all remember the Test match when England were denied against Australia, but we'll just have to wait and see. But I might go for a draw, I think. Mike Baker, how much longer do they stick with? Look, I don't see any change in this England batting lineup before the end of the Ashes. I think you've invested so much in this lineup, and you've got to look at Pope's figures overall. He does average 40, I think, under McCullum in the McCullum Stokes era. He's a little bit feast or famine. I get that. I know there's a lot of calls for Jacob Bethel. We still have to remember he's still not scored a first-class century. So I don't see any changes anytime soon with this batting lineup. It all depends what happens in Australia. If it's successful out there, it will continue. If England come up short, which they have the last few times down under, there might be some changes then. But I don't see any changes in this batting lineup unless there's an injury, which I think is probably fair. Bethel will go as the spare batsman. I would have thought it's the bowling for me. Can we get that bowling right in Australia to take 20 wickets? Obviously with a Kookaburra ball. But look, Mark Wood, I think, is nearing fitness. There's a bit of talk that he might be available for the Oval, but I don't see that. Jonathan Pope's okay once he gets through his early overs, always twitchy early on. Yeah, totally agree with that. He's not the best starter. I think if you are bowling at Ollie Pope, I think the first 20 balls is key with him. If he gets over that, he can get a start and he's off and rolling. But I think he's vulnerable early on. So's Crawley. I know they're going to stick with him, but he's a very frustrating player. But look, I don't think we can really grumble under Stokes and McCullum. It's a lot better than the year under Joe Root when we won. What was it? I think there's one test in 17, 18. I know there was a COVID series in there, which probably didn't help. But look, we'll see what happens this test match. I will do a review at the end of the test. So if it goes 4 or 5 days, I'll jump on and I'll do a live review after that. But yeah, 35 likes, share it with your mates, and yeah, cheers for watching.